Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni. Giovanni Diaz. Today we have Tina... How do you say it?
Youkhana,
formerly the artist, formerly known as Trashy Tina. We talk sex, threesomes, small penises, women being catty at jobs, falling asleep after sex, drugs, right?
A little bit, allegedly.
A little bit, allegedly. And then, was there one more thing that I forgot?
Streetwalkers a little bit.
Streetwalkers. We didn't talk about
sex workers.
Sex workers, and then, but that's a form of sex worker, a very specific one, which if you actually go on the Patreon, I'll tell you more about one of those stories. Okay, Lobo Den.
This existed.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. So left is Chrissy Ferreira at the Lincoln Lodge, who is run by a foreigner, right? Is he Australian or something, or British? I forget. He's something here.
Oh, is he?
The guy's voice I always hear, he's like... He's something. G'day, mate. I don't know which country that's from. Speaking of foreigners, we have Tina. You're not a foreigner, but is it Youkhana?
Yeah, Youkhana.
Youkhana. Is that Assyrian? Is that your dad, right?
Yeah.
What is an Assyrian? Are you from Syria?
No. So Assyrians are the indigenous people of Iraq. So basically,
but you're not Persian, though, right?
No.
Oh.
We were first. So we're the best.
Okay.
Of all the Middle Easterns. So no, it's basically like Christian Iraqis. Because then Turkey came and genocided us, so that's why there's
the Armenians. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was the same genocide. Actually.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Assyrians and
Armenians,
Kardashians,
and
or
System of a Down.
Yeah,
no.
that's what I know as Assyrian. Or anybody from Burbank, California.
Or Skokie.
Oh, there's
that's all there is in Skokie.
There's Armenians in Illinois. I thought they were only in Burbank.
Well, mostly Assyrians in Skokie, but we're basically like cousins. So
Armenians
and Assyrians.
Are the men also hairy?
Oh, absolutely. So the women are more.
Yeah. I was on a plane and I know this motherfucker was Assyrian. I was leaving LA and I was on, this is the last time I flew Spirit, right? And it's funny because my friend, he was at an airport and he heard this lady complaining. She's like, I should have known. I should have known the second time or the third time not to fly Spirit. And it's like, stop, stop. I hate Spirit. I don't like talking about it because there's Joe. Everybody makes fun of Spirit. All right. But you've been on Spirit, right?
Yeah, I actually don't mind Spirit. I hate Frontier more.
Really? I don't mind Frontier.
The seats are so fucking uncomfortable.
They're a little bit stiff.
The last time I was on Frontier, I went to Denver a couple weeks ago.
Come into the mic, like a fist into the mic. I forgot to tell you
before.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, so is this good?
Yeah, that's
okay,
good.
Cool. So yeah, when I was in Denver a couple weeks ago, and on the way there, I was so tired. I was trying to sleep, but the seats were so uncomfortable. I had to literally curl up in a ball, and have my tray out, have my hands in my tray. I felt like that.
It feels like
the thinker, like that statue.
It feels like when you're on a plane, there's 5 positions you go in. I do the straight up. And then to the side, you know what I mean? And then I put the tray down, let me lay on it. And it's I'm always, you're trying to figure it out. That's why I try to do the window seat, throw a hoodie, go to the back.
Oh, absolutely. I try to do the window seat as much as possible, but I also use Hopper. So Hopper, sponsor me.
Bunny.
I use you all the time.
The bunny, right?
And it's so fucking cheap because people are always like, how are you always traveling all the time? I'm like, bro, it's $100 on Hopper for a two-way ticket, almost anywhere. And
you can go, but it's usually Spirit or Frontier or something.
Almost always, but I'm going to New York in a couple, Wednesday I'm going, and I'm doing American.
Jay-Z is from New York.
Well, yeah. A lot of people are from New York.
There's other people?
Yeah.
That's the first thing that popped in my head, Jay-Z.
Brooklyn.
New Yorker. Brooklyn. Beastie Boys.
Hey.
The rest in peace. Are they all dead? All the Beastie Boys?
What? Are they?
Or just one of them?
Did they die?
I'm thinking of the Bee Gees. There's one Beastie Boy left, or there's one Bee Gee. I think Barry.
They're very different bands.
But are they really? Yeah, actually they are. One of them is from Australia. I think, are they Australian or English? The Bee Gees. They're not staying alive.
Oh.
I love the Bee Gees.
Oh, same.
Like
that was such a good song.
What is it? How Deep Is Your Love? Is
that them?
Oh, did you make it aggressive and angry?
No, I don't know. I'm so young, so I don't know.
Your love. Oh, that is not the Bee Gees. Whatever. It is the song, but I don't have a singing voice. Can you sing?
No.
Do you do? No.
I always wanted to be in a band when I was a kid because I'm really into like all types of music, but I always thought because I can't sing, like, oh, I could probably be like in a heavy metal band because I have a deep voice, you know, but like still never tried.
Who do most people consider their first heavy metal band?
Oh, I don't know.
Black Sabbath.
Well,
but,
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. That was probably mine, yeah.
Yeah, there were some other ones. Like if you watch like history of heavy metal, they're like, and then they go into some obscure ones. Actually, like that guy, you've seen that meme? Well, actually, this band that nobody knows about. No, motherfucker, it's Black Sabbath. And you know how,
come on.
Let me nerd out a little bit. But you know, kind of how that sound started, right? A little bit how it became heavy. It was an accident. So Tom Iommi, the lead guitar player for Black Sabbath, was working at some English factory, and he filled in. Somebody needed him. I don't know if you know the story, Chrissy. Somebody needed him to fill in a shift at the factory, some sheet metal cutting factory. He usually worked this station, but somebody called into this station. He never really worked. And when he went to that station, he didn't know the machine that well, cut his finger. So one of his fingers on his fretting hand was cut. So he still wanted to play, so then he's like, what am I going to do? So then he found like a thimble or something to put on his a fake finger to put on there. And to make it easier for him to play, he tuned down his guitar like half a step to make it, and so the strings were looser for him to play and gave it a little bit of lower, heavier sound. It all like kind of came together, and then Black Sabbath, woo, and then Paranoid, War Pigs, there's Iron Man, things like that.
Yeah, that's literally the most metal thing I've ever heard. Like getting your finger cut off, having to put a metal tip on your fingers so you could play guitar. Like that's fucking metal, bro.
Oh yeah. But I could have seen Black Sabbath. So reunited with the original lineup.
Oh, right before the one guy had cancer.
The other guy had cancer.
One of them
I forgot his name. Yeah.
Me too.
I know Ozzy and Tom Iommi. And
I'm such a poser. I'm like, I know Ozzy.
I don't know their name. I feel like everybody knows Ozzy and Tommy Iommi, and it's like Who Went to the Moon? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin. Who's the third guy?
Yeah, who fucking cares? I didn't even know there was a third guy.
You didn't know Buzz Aldrin. You know Buzz Aldrin, right?
Yeah. He's the one that punched the reporter.
Yes, that reporter went up to him. He's like, you didn't really go to the moon. It was fake. He was like, yeah, this is real, motherfucker. Oh, man. I like those old school guys. But, damn it. Oh, I could have seen Black Sabbath live. It was, I made a lot of decisions back in my day based on like a woman, unfortunately. So, and I think the problem is like I wasn't hugged as a child. It was my parents never told me they loved me, and then I still don't do it. Like we still don't we don't hug. And then tell your kids give them a little bit of confidence and they'll give them affection. That way I don't do this. But anyways, it was Ozfest, right? Oh yeah, and it was Slayer, Metallica before that piece of shit Saint Anger came out. And if people listen to me, anyways, and then Black Sabbath was reunited. Oh, I hate that album. Did you ever hear that album, Saint Anger? It's trash. Anyways,
no, I only know like the old stuff. Yeah, okay.
This album, like to fans, are like, what? Anyways, there's a lot of memes. And then I was like, I didn't have anybody to go with, and I was in a fight with this girl, and they were supposed to go, and I didn't, and I didn't go. And to this day, like I could have seen the original Black Sabbath, and I remember watching clips. And do you like Slipknot or not?
Oh, I love Slipknot. I literally have a Slipknot tattoo.
Let me see it.
It's on my stomach, so no. And it's really bad. I got it when I was like 17 from some gangbanger in his house. So
Mexican?
Duh.
Yeah.
I grew up like in Portage Park area of Chicago, but like I hung out in Logan Square a lot because I went to high school at Schurz. So like, yeah.
Oh, you're Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh, there's Chicago as fuck. Yeah, I'm from the suburbs. I grew up in Waukegan.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't blame you. I love it here. I still live in like Logan Square now, but like, yeah, I'm like over. I'm not gonna say where I live. I'm not too far from
What's
like
your
a
address? Yeah.
But yeah, like, I got like a tattoo on my stomach of like the Slipknot star, and from this gangbanger in his house.
He's like, hey, Jose. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Oh, wait, no, you don't sound like him. That would be
him talking to me.
Yeah. Hey, Tina, I'm gonna get you a really nice tattoo.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay.
Was he cute? Were you into him at all, or
I don't even remember what he looked like, honestly. But I don't like those kind of guys, like gangbanger
short guys?
type of guy. Yeah, no, I love short kings. I can throw them around. I don't like it when they could beat me, though. That's why I'm like, I won't date a gangbanger.
no?
If he's threatening to me, I'm like, no. I gotta be the threatening one.
Yeah.
Because I'm 6'1", so like I can.
Oh, you're 6'1"?
Yeah,
Did you play sports?
No, and
You weren't pressured into it.
every fucking person asked me that, like when I was a kid too.
But you were pressured by like the coaches. I'm guessing like, come on, team.
Well, yeah, but I didn't care. I was like a fat kid too, so like,
I was
I was
fat.
more into like, yeah,
I was
like
chubby.
I was more into like art and like music, and like I was always like super like punk and like goth and like all into that kind of stuff. So I was,
I had my punk face. I never had a goth face.
yeah.
Who's goth? Goth bands. Is it just a Cure, or am I not knowing goth?
No, that's like I guess the Cure.
Robert
Like
Smith.
I guess 9 Inch Nails.
Nobody
is
ever.
kind of,
He was Robert Smith. They didn't call him Bob, right? Bob
no,
Smith.
Bob Smith.
It's Bob from the Cure.
That's like my uncle, you know, like Bob Smith. No, but like I don't know, whatever.
Oh no, I don't have my Slayer shirt on. I had it on yesterday.
But yeah, like I was all into that kind of stuff. So like sports, I thought was so lame when I was a kid, and I was like, "Ew, you're into sports? That's so lame. I'm not a jock."
Gross.
But then now that I'm older and I'm like really active now, like I ride my bike all the time, I go to the gym all the time. Now I'm like, "Fuck, I wish I was into sports because then I know how to play it." Because I see people at the park like playing basketball, and I'm like, "That looks so much fun. Like I want to do that, but I don't even know how to play."
Or like football. Do you know what's going on in a football game? Because I remember
No,
when I didn't know.
football, I'm so lost. I have no idea what.
Because if you don't know, like we grew up on football, so everybody knows. But I was thinking about when I first, it's like, wait, what? Nothing makes sense. Like it's 6 points, but then it's 1 if you kick it, and then it just it's. So...
I don't even know what's going on when they start running around. I'm just like, what? And like, and like my dad always talks shit about football. Like,
does he have an
hates it.
accent?
A little bit, yeah. He speaks. He's actually quadlingual, so he speaks 4 languages. He speaks Assyrian, Arabic, English, and French.
Oh, French.
And I didn't believe him at first with the French because he grew up.
Oui.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but
I think that's yes, right?
is that very
Yeah.
cultured.
He
The cultured den.
yeah, he grew up in Lebanon, so like they taught French there in the schools, and
Lebanon has some hot chicks.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I need to go there sometime, but
Do you follow the rich kids of is it Iran? What's the capital of Tehran, right? Of Iraq? Not Iraq, Iran. There's an Instagram handle, the rich kids of Iran or Tehran.
oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I never
It's
heard
just
that.
all these rich kids.
Uh-huh.
And they ran it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's not all like not sheiks. Is it? Because Iran.
Are those the princes?
No.
The sheiks?
Iran was kind of democratic, and then like the Ayatollahs. Yeah, the Ayatollahs took over.
Oh,
Now they're
okay.
like super like locked down and conservative, I think. Unless something has changed since then. But
I should know more about the Middle East than I do.
no, I don't. I forget. It's probably just podcasts. If it was the only reason I know about it. I don't watch the news anymore.
My dad is very like, our family is here. We are safe. Like, we are American.
Lebanon. Your dad was born in Lebanon. No, grew up in Lebanon.
So he was born in Iraq, but he grew up in Lebanon. And then he came here when he was like 18, I want to say. So like back in the 70s or something.
to Chicago.
Yeah.
Your mom's white?
Yeah, she's from here. Berwyn, but yeah.
Oh, have you been to Cigars and Stripes?
The what?
Cigars and Stripes in Berwyn?
Oh, what's that?
So they used to do comedy there. Ronnie owns it. He's like an ex-wrestling manager. They have really good wings. They had an open mic every Wednesday, which was one of my favorite mics, where it was
Cool.
It was super fun or sometimes super humbling, like because it was always a different. It was the bar, so it was always regular people, and it was always a different crowd. And then, and it was a lot of times it was interactive. You know what I mean? So hecklers, drunks, or whatever. But it's like, it was fun. It was always fun. But that's the only mic where I remember one time I was there and I was performing, and I didn't do that well because I would kind of try new stuff there sometimes. I'd throw it in there. That was like one of my working out mics. But then I was like, all right, this isn't going. Let me go to my better stuff and then like bring him back. And I was like, oh, this isn't working. And I remember I called, what am I from? Maybe Todd Glover or Eric Pinnell, who has a podcast, Busting Balls. And I was like, it was like one of those moments is like, am I not good anymore? Like it hit me. And then I had a show like, I think an Anthony Fuentes show the next day. And I was like, all right, that wasn't bad. Oh, you posted about Anthony, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. He like put that, should we like context?
That flyer.
Like, yeah. So he posted this flyer. It looks like him coming out of the clouds and everyone thought he died.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It looks like a memorial. And then I doubled down and like I have Canva Pro and too much time on my hands.
Oh,
so
yeah. My girlfriend
like,
does that.
Yeah, I literally just like made this like, it looks like a legit memorial. I literally put in memorial template and it's like actual clouds, doves. And I'm just like, our beloved comedian Anthony Fuentes. And then I was so afraid that like his family would see it and actually like think he died because I tagged him in it. So I like literally put, he ain't dead, but his comedy kills. And I saw him the other day at Laugh Factory and I'm just like, oh my God, you're alive. I'm like, it's a ghost. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, no. Like, you know, just talking about it. It was so fucking funny though.
No, but actually he did die yesterday. No.
Oh. Rest in peace, Anthony. Oh my God, if he actually dies, I'll kill myself. He's like one of my favorite comedians in Chicago.
Yeah,
he's
I love
so
Anthony.
fucking funny. He did my show when I was still running my show. Oh my God. And it was like, I was so sad because it was like not the greatest turnout. It was like probably half the restaurant instead of full. So it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it was like maybe
but
10 people.
It's so stressful producing.
But yeah, that's why I stopped doing it. And then, but he fucking murdered. Like, oh my God. And my friends later were telling me like, oh my God, that Puerto Rican guy was so funny, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
super nice guy. I love it.
oh, like one of the sweetest. He was one of the first shows I ever did. He was on. That's how I met him. It was at Shakers. So it was like probably
Shakers on Clark, rest in peace. Was the owner alive when you did it?
I don't know actually.
died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah,
it was the Thomas Bottom show that I did.
I haven't seen Thomas in a minute.
Me
dude.
too. That's the only time I ever saw him.
Really? I used to see
met him, and that's the last time I seen him.
I used to see him every. There was a place. You know the Admiral Theater, the strip club?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to work there. No, just kidding. I wish I'd have more money now.
So then, right next door to it was Hound Dog Comedy at the 304 or 204 Lounge.
Oh, that's cool.
And in one of these rooms where it's like, it was basically a mic, but it was kind of like a booked mic, and you got a little bit more time. But him and somebody else ran it. And then I remember it was weird because the Admiral Theater I went to when I was 17 years old, because you need to be 18 to go in there because they don't serve alcohol. They serve, you don't have Red Bulls. Mike had a Red Bull. So I would just get and I remember Red Bulls just came out.
Yeah.
And I was hyped. And then I remember I bought like a 6-pack and I drank all of it on the way up there.
Oh, great.
I threw it up.
Yeah,
we didn't even get there. I was in my friend's minivan and I was like, oh man, I was like, this Red Bull, you're not drinking. So it's like, it was the closest thing I had to alcohol. And I threw it all up. But I remember I went there with a fake ID that my aunt got me in LA.
Nice.
Because I was in LA. She's like, oh, I can get fake IDs. I was like, get me one. She's like, want one that says 21? I was like, no, 18. I just wanted to buy porn. It's like before the internet was pictures. I couldn't get videos.
Oh, okay.
It was like real players.
So like what
trash.
year was this around?
I don't know.
Like late 90s, early 2000s?
I don't even know what year we're in right now.
We're in 2022, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I graduated high school. How old do you think I am?
38?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so
wow.
I graduated high school in 2000. I graduated college in 2007. So let's.
Oh, then you're exactly 10 years older than me then.
Okay.
So, yeah, then, you would have, yeah.
Around that time. So a little bit before 2007, maybe. And then, so I remember the only thing they had was this thing called Real Player or something. And then it had video clips and it was chopped and you had to download it. It was bad. There was like no videos online.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, there was it was before cable modems came out.
Like, I feel like if.
Dial-up. Do you know what dial-up is?
Yeah, I remember that.
Internet? Yeah.
Oh, I vaguely remember that because I grew up poor, so I didn't have internet for a really long time. Like I was too old. Like internet was been around, but I remember like my uncle having dial up because
Bob, right?
Yeah, sure. He because we always had to be like, you can't use the computer if your uncle's on the phone.
Yes.
Like, it was so stupid because I could only use internet when I was at my cousin's house. Like, when I was that age. I was probably like 5 or something. Like, when it was AOL, it was like the disc you put in. It was so weird.
10,000 free minutes or whatever. Like
yeah,
that.
It was so
Did you do the AOL chat rooms?
Yeah, a little bit. I was more into the Yahoo chat, but...
Those got weird. Then there was a bunch of weird Yahoo groups that got like... dark webby. I remember.
Yeah, I never, because I was still super young, so my mom was very like vigilant, like watching over my shoulder. You know, I don't know if you remember. There was like
she should.
It was like POS, like parrot over shoulder. Okay. Like you had to always put that so your friends wouldn't swear.
Oh.
Like we had like our little like lingo. So like, but I only talked to like people I knew. So it was like my friends that I saw at school all fucking day. That were like chatting online all fucking night, you know? So luckily on Yahoo, I never got into weird stuff. MySpace was a different story though.
MySpace.
That I was like,
I used to get in on MySpace.
I was low
get
key.
laid on MySpace.
I was almost MySpace famous. Like
really?
I was super close. I would have made it if they didn't sell it to Google.
I wish I had my old MySpace so I could see the profile. Like,
right.
I was borderline MySpace douchebag a little bit. Like, there's a picture of all these dudes one time. They're all going out. They're all wearing the same button-up shirt. They had blowout. Remember the Growing Up Gotti blowout? They all had that same blowout.
Nice.
I didn't have it for a while, but my song was Hadaway, This Is Love. And then I had my questionnaire up. There was like a 20-question questionnaire, and I had it up, all these questions. I remember at the end of it, I had my buddies. It said, and she's like, and at the end I put, oh, by the way, I hate Mark Poplawski, which is one of my best friends now.
Oh.
But we got into it. Yeah. He's like one of my best friends. But at the time, he's Polish, so he's he's Slavic, so he's a little bit hot-tempered, and hard-headed, right?
Yeah.
No joke. No.
I'm a little Polish, so
yeah. A little stubborn. And I remember when we had a party at his house. Actually, I wasn't even there. He had a house that he was like working in, kind of building. He bought an expensive house in Waukegan. He was building it, and it didn't even have just baseboard. Didn't have floors yet or anything like that. And we had a younger friend who helped him move, and he's like, "Oh, you can use my house if you want to bring girls over or whatever." And I was like, that dude didn't have a key, so he called me. He's like, "Hey, I don't have a key. Can you open up Mark?" I had a key to Mark's house. And I was like, all right, I'll go over there. And I opened it. And there was a cooler. And I think the cooler spilled. And I don't know. For whatever reason, he thought it was like some giant mess or something. And I was at home. Nothing happened. I remember he showed up to the house, the apartments. He's like, dude, come. He's like, come help me clean right now. And I was like,
you'll make a mess. Now mother is mad.
And I was like, I'll help you. I got to watch the baby. My mom has to go to work. I got to watch the baby until I go to work, until she gets here or something. But as soon as I get off of work, I can come help. He's like, no. He's like, you come now or you go to jail. My mom told me she saw him like walk, go to the police station. 'Cause she was like coming from work. He went to the police station. Like he stormed out all mad. And so I didn't talk to her for like a year or two. But then we got over it. He was like, I just, all right. No. And I was like, I wasn't even there, dude. I didn't do anything. But he was just, I was like, I can help you. Like after work, yeah, sure. I don't know what happened, but I'll go help. I hope it cleans. He's like, no, dude. And I was like, all right, so Polish of you, so Polish. So, anyways, do you like eating ass or getting your ass eaten out, or both?
So I've never ate ass and I never will. That's disgusting.
Because it's just not into it.
That's my line. That's literally my line.
Are you OCD a little bit, or just the ass is just?
No, it's just like
I know shit.
Your
comes
mouth
out of it.
doesn't belong there. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's just maybe I'm old school. I don't know. Like,
back in my day.
No, but like the eating ass thing, like a dude did it to me once and it just didn't do anything for me. So it's like if they want it, they can do it, but I'll just be like texting while I'll just like be bent over texting like, okay, can you put your tongue down now to the pussy? Then I'll be happy.
There's a whatever you call it, nerve endings over there. My ass is just nuts. The first time it happened, it was pretty cool for me. No, it wasn't. Actually, I was freaked out. Now that
really?
Yeah, because I didn't expect it. Because I was like talking to some Puerto Rican chick, and I was like messaging, like kind of pushing my limits and messaging, and I was like, oh, would you eat my ass? Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to be cool. And then I didn't think anything of it, and then I'm there. She's like, turn around. I'm like, all right. I don't know what's going on. And then like I felt it. I was like, oh. And I was I was in a vulnerable position. I was like laid on my stomach, so it felt weird to me. And then I was like, for like a few days, I was like, am I gay or what did I just? It was so confusing to me, and I was like, it was just like it took a day or two where I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I was like, I'm into it. It has to be in certain. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be bent over on all fours or laid on my stomach. I feel vulnerable in those positions and weird.
Okay,
Like,
you gotta have your dick out to the sky. Then.
yeah. If
Yeah.
I'm like laid out, I feel manly. You know what I mean? I am
Okay.
man. I am man.
Okay. Yeah, like I know there was one dude I hooked up with and he wanted me to eat his ass and like he kept doing it in like a cutesy way. He's like, I don't know how to ask. But like he kind of like kept like popping his butt out and I'm just like, dude, I'll put my finger up there or if you have a dildo, I'll peg you, but like I'm not putting my mouth there. Like I'll suck your balls and that's it. Like that's as low as I'll go.
How low can you go? Did you drop Trashy Tina?
Yeah.
How did it develop? How did it start?
So Trashy Tina was actually just a nickname my friends gave me a long time ago and it was just like funny and I always thought to myself, oh, if I ever do comedy, that's gonna be my stage name because no one can say my last name correctly, so I have to have a stage name.
Tina
Well, Youkhana. It's like not that hard in English.
But what's with the accent? I like
Youkhana.
Youkhana,
Because KH is in Assyrian. So yeah, but like people think it's Yokohama and I'm like, there's no M. So I don't know where that
like
came
the tires.
from. Yeah, everyone thinks that. Like, oh my God, it's insane. But anyway, and then oh my God, then people always ask me like, are you Japanese? And I'm like, I am 6'1". Do you really think I'm Japanese? Like, but yeah, so I started when I started doing comedy. It's weird. I say like technically like 3 years ago is really when I started because I was consistent. But like I did open mics a couple times like in my early 20s. Like when I was 21, that was like the first. Actually, my first open mic ever was the original Trigger Warning at the Drop, which was a lot of fun. But I don't barely remember it because I was like plastered. Like me and one of my girlfriends were just out drinking, and I'm like, let's go to an open mic. That sounds fun.
First mic?
First one ever. I was 21, like fresh 21, and then we got super drunk. We went. I was the last one to go up. Bombed, obviously. You know, I'm so drunk. I don't even remember what I said.
You remember what time it was? Because it runs late. It starts like at 12 or
something like that. Something. Yeah, and then that was back then. It was even
11,
later.
11, yeah.
So it was probably like 2 a.m. or something. And then the only thing I remember is I hooked up with one of the comics later, and that was like my first one night stand. So I was super happy.
Was he a good comic?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say his name or anything, but because he's still around. But whatever. He likes to he likes to talk about it all the time, and I'm like, dude, why? Like, do we need to talk about this? This is like 7 years ago.
No, I hooked up with a comic once.
Oh yeah.
1.5 times.
1.5?
No. The second time I hooked up with a comic once, and I messed around with a comic, and she didn't have sex with me, and I was like, I remember it was during a week. If it was a weekend, I didn't care in the winter because I don't work, and it's fine. But I was leaving a mic, and she messaged me. I went over there and messed around. She's like, well, we can't go inside because this and that. We can't. And I was like. It was more like I have to be at work tomorrow,
You're wasting
and
my
that's
time.
why I still worked. Yeah, and it was like if it was a weekend, I wouldn't have been so upset. But I immediately deleted her number, and then I was so mad because it's like I'm gonna be on 2 hours of sleep. I didn't get laid. I gotta go to work, and that's when I still worked at 8. Now my new schedule 10:30 to 7. So like I don't really care if I stay up, whatever. But it was like I'm a no sleep for what.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally
touch
get
the boob. I'm not 13, man.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you mean. Like, especially back when I used to work like early mornings and shit. Like, oh my God. I'd be like, if we're going to hang out at night, it better be fucking worth it.
Like, message me. Why? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I was so upset.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I should bring it up. I mean, I'm having the podcast. Oh, wait, no, I have kids. I think married. But the other girl, like, it was, I was, and then I was like, all right, this, because I had a rule, no dating. And then after that, I was like, all right, getting back to my rule, stop breaking it.
Yeah, everyone does that. I've probably banged like 10 comics at this point. And that's part of the reason I dropped the name Trashy Tina. I'm a reformed hoe.
No, I grabbed the watermelon again. Sorry.
Oh. Is that a bad thing?
I hate watermelon flavored things. I like watermelons. I hate strawberries. I love strawberry flavored things, like strawberry shakes.
That's so funny.
But an actual strawberry is like that. So much.
Okay. I'm kind of like that with apples. Like green apple is like my favorite flavor because I like sour. But actual apples like hurt my teeth, so I don't like them.
I'm gonna give you not a life hack, but I don't eat apples that are not organic. That's the only fruit that I eat organic because a regular not organic apple tastes like. Do you have a knife?
No.
Carry a knife. And carry this knife because it's like $22 on eBay. It's called the K-Bar Dozier. It's light, it's thin. I carry it at work. So I'm at work.
Nice.
I only buy organic apples because regular apples are disgusting.
Yeah.
They taste like non-green apples. It tastes like cardboard. There's no flavor to it. The organic ones, like a Honey Crisp, actually has flavor. So I cut it up. I never bite into apples. If I have to use my mouth to eat it, it's not gonna happen. I cut it up in my desk, and maybe I put a little bit of tahini on it. You fuck with tahini?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love tahini. I usually do pineapple or mango with it.
You don't eat meat.
No, I'm vegetarian.
When did you become vegetarian? I was supposed to wear my vegan junkie shirt today. I have my friends in Florida are they're vegans. They have a great burger place. If you go to Miami, it's called Vegan Junkie. It's like the best burgers ever, and I love their food. I don't eat vegan food. I mean, unless I eat beans for a week sometimes.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
That are probably made with lard, so it doesn't count.
Right? No, I was just telling someone last night. I'm like, I go and eat Mexican food all the time, and I just don't even ask anymore because I'm like, it's late. It's the only thing open, and I'm just gonna eat it, and I'll deal with it tomorrow because it always hurts my stomach, and I'm sure that's why.
Yeah, because the beans are lard.
I'm sure, yeah, and I just pretend like I don't know.
I did that once.
What?
With a, I thought at the beginning of the night was a female, right? And then I started, so I went to a friend's house. Oh, we didn't hook up that night. I remember, like, she invited me out. I went to her place, and then she told me, like, right when I got there, she's like, by the way, Giovanni, today I'm not sleeping with you. And I was like, all right. And I was like, I'm in the city. I was like, I'm going to go now. And then she was like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? You can sleep in our house. I was like, no, I'm just going to leave. And she got really upset. And then she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm leaving. So I left, and I took an Uber to where I thought my car was. Oh. It was wasted. Did not find it, right? So then I start going down. It must have been Boys Town, and I met this chick, right? Long hair, whatever. And I was like, oh, she goes up to me because, you know, chicks just go up to you to try to sleep with you, not when you're walking down the street. So then I was like, we started walking. I was like, you want to hang out? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is chicks hanging out with me. This never happens. And then, obviously for a reason, then we go to my car. Yeah. We start having sex. I was like, all right. And then I'm starting to sober up, and it started like, wait a second. Like, wait a second. It's only anal. And then I'm like, where's her vagina? I was like, you know what? I'm not going to look. I don't see it. Not looking.
You're like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
A hole's a hole.
It's too late now. And then I sober up, and I'm like, when I sober up, I saw her face. I was like, all right. I'm a believer. And I was like, okay. But when I did do it, I was like, you want a ride? I'll drop you off at the house. I was like, no, it's over. It's like, it's over. And the asshole gave her a ride. And then I gave her my business card. I remember this. I had it said entertainer. It was a black business card I got from Vista Print. It's entertainer. And I gave her the card. And I was like, look, it is what it is. I don't care. But here's my card in case I ever become famous. Like, whatever. Just come out of the woodworks. I don't care. Like, so I remember I gave her a business card. And I went home, and I was like, oh, okay. But it started. I was like, oh, I thought it was a lady. And then, there was a point where, like, I kind of knew it wasn't. But it's like, all right, I already started.
But hey, I mean, if you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
I'm wearing a condom. I need to come, and then I'll go home.
So, like, she was a prostitute, though, right? No?
No.
Oh, interesting. Because I work at Laugh Factory, so, like, I leave, like, Boys Town, like, super late at night, and, like, I'm always seeing, like, streetwalkers.
Sex worker.
Or, I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Oh. I'm like, I don't know what's politically correct anymore. It's like every day it's a new word.
SW.
SW? Oh, yeah, sex worker. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Cancel me. But, yeah, like, no, I see them all the time. And, like, even last night, actually, one guy was trying to pick me up in the car. Like, I was waiting for the fucking bus, and literally he kept, like, driving, like, super slow and, like, kept honking
trying
at
to pick
me.
you up.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I get it. I'm tall. Like, you know, he probably thinks I'm, you know, like, trans or a drag queen or something. Like I'm tall, I have a deep voice and purple hair. I get it. Like, you know? But it's like, dude, I'm literally waiting for the fucking bus. I am not working, you know? Like, I'm getting off of work. Like, it's like literally in Boys Town, it's like at like 3 a.m. you see, like, you know, the gays like coming home from like partying all night. The like,
nitrates. Woo,
yeah, and then like poppers, the trans and like drag queens like trying to work. Or then, like, the Mexicans that work in the kitchen, like, leaving the bars, like, because they're leaving work. And I'm in that group because I also work in a kitchen. I'm just not a Mexican guy. But I'm just, like, looking around because then I see, like, these little Mexican dudes, like, getting off of work. And I want to be like, help me. Like, I know you have a knife on you. Come on.
No, there's a place
Oopsie.
in Los Angeles. Oops. And then hate condoms. No, when it came off, I was thinking about
I know.
condoms like slipping off.
No, literally, same thing came in my head. Like,
Did you use condoms when you were Trashy Tina?
actually, back then I was a very safe hoe. It's just
Safe Tina.
safe trashy Tina.
Yeah.
And but now I've been risking it all lately.
But I was telling the previous guests is I use the app. I use Femometer to track my girlfriend's period.
Yeah.
So I just don't come in her when she's on those 5 or 6 days where she can get pregnant. Well, except for the other one. The first day I was like, before he had sex, I was like, we might have sex. It's like, I feel it. We're above the couch. This might happen soon. I should go look at the phone and see where we are in the cycle. And I was like, it's all the way over there. And I did get up, but we did. And I was like, whatever. I want a daughter. But she's got her period today. She's a day early.
Oh, okay.
So, she texted me, so I have it on the app. But it's like, really, I'm a cyclist. I don't want her on birth control and IUDs.
No,
I think they're made out of metal.
I'm like, yeah, no, I would never get an IUD. It just scares me. It freaks me out. And then I'm against like the pill.
No,
I'm just like,
no.
fuck that. I used to always do condoms, but they hurt. Like, I don't like the way they feel. So like now I'm just like, pull out, I guess. Like, I've had a couple pregnancy scares. I'm not going to lie. Luckily,
I'd suggest one of the apps. Just
I
watch the
probably
cycle.
should. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think I have like PCOS or some shit because like
What's PCOS?
that's like that hormone imbalance that women have where like sometimes they get a period, sometimes they don't. So it's just like really like, because like for me, it's like my period just shows up whenever the fuck she wants. Like last month I had it twice. This month.
Double period?
Yeah, it happens all the time, dude. And then one time I had to go to the hospital because I had it so bad. It was insane. But yeah, that's why I'm just like, I don't even know. I can't even trust my own hormones. So I'm just like, I guess pull out. And
yeah, I was good at pulling out for years because I never used
my
a
ex
condom.
was he was really good. The guy I was just dating,
Mexican, right?
No, white guy actually. Yeah. So
most Mexicans are not good at pulling out. Now that
why do you think they have so many kids?
Yeah, dude, they're where they hate it. And I didn't know people didn't pull out. Like I didn't know people came in other people for years. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, that's why I did pull out. Because sometimes I'd work. I was with Hispanic women, so they don't ask if you have they don't care. There doesn't. I remember one time I was with a chick, and I'm like, I remember I start, and I'm like, I'm not pulling out a condom. I'm not. She's like, it was the first time I was with a Hispanic chick, I think, and I was like, she was Mexican, like I don't think knew English, and I'm like, she's not gonna ask nothing, like, and I'm thinking, and you start thinking like, all right, so she does this all the time, like this is the. I was like, whatever, but I would always pull out, and then it was like down to a science. So up until I started having sex with my girlfriends, there was only 5 times I came in a girl. Like I had an ex that got on the patch. I don't even know if that's around. Is the patch still a thing?
Oh, I've heard of that. I'm not sure if it is though.
It's just the Band-Aid. I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird. I just don't trust it.
And those hormones, it's gonna mess you up. Your hormones are already fucked up.
I know. That's why I'm like, I don't want to put any more in me.
No. And then it was that, and then it was one time there was a chick who was handicapped.
Okay. Mentally or physically?
No,
it makes a difference.
Yeah,
we need to know if you need to go to jail right now.
No, I didn't know until like so she went to the Bristol Renaissance Fair. And
okay, mentally.
That reminds me of a great Dave Attell joke. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's called, he's talking about the specials, right? And he was like, and then she called the person who led them their handler, and she's like, and he was talking about the specials, like, they love candy. I was like, he's like, what's with the candy thing? She's like, they love candy is sweet, so but something, and he's like, oh, you're one of them. Anyways, but it was a great joke. I'm butchering it, but she went to the Bristol Renaissance Fair, and she fell and like hyperextended her knee and had this basically had to get a pacemaker put in somewhere here, maybe around a tramp stamp. And
hot.
Yeah, and I remember because and so she couldn't have kids or something. So I remember the first time I was like, really? I was like, okay. So I came in her, but the second time, actually the first time we didn't have sex because I took acid for the first time ever with her, and it's the first time I met her, and then I took a bunch of other drugs, and I was like, allegedly. So then I have a job. So yeah, and I was like, doing like for all these drugs in a row and whiskey and acid, it's not with this complete stranger the first time you hear like noises and voices, it's not it's not.
Oh no, I can talk about my acid trips forever. I love acid.
You like have you had a bad trip?
Yeah, but it was
Can
never.
you have sex on acid? I can't. Or I only.
So I never have, but I want to because sometimes I get really horny when I'm acid. But when I'm on acid.
But I feel the guy can't be on acid unless he's experienced.
I don't know.
I was like, like mushrooms and acid. I can't. At least at mushrooms, I've done more allegedly. But I can't. I cannot have like. I'm super, aware of everything. So I'm like a little bit paranoid. It's not, I'm not just in the moment. Like I could do a little bit of weed, but not too much weed.
Okay.
Because then I remember I was with a girl and then I was smoking weed and she was smoking. So then I was like, I just got too high. So then I was like, we're going to have to stay in the kitchen a little bit more, maybe another 30 minutes before we go to the room. I didn't say that, but I was like, I kept pushing it because it's like, let me calm down because I'm borderline panic attack right now. This is not conducive to like a good sexual experience.
Dude, especially with weed these days, it's like, it's insane. I'm a pothead. I've been a pothead since I was probably like 14 years old. And like, weed is just like, now it's like 2 hits, I'm pretty much gone. I can't smoke in public anymore, like with people, like, unless it's like in my house and we're just like hanging out, like watching something. But like, I'll be like out like at work, after work, everyone wants to smoke, and I'm like, I'll smoke if I'm gonna go home right after. But like, if we're gonna go to the bar or something, or like, to do comedy, like I know a lot of comedians, they're like, I can only do comedy if I'm high, and I'm like, dude, if I get high and go on stage, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I'm just gonna stand there and be like, I forgot all my material.
So there was a point where, I always get like super anxious before most sets. Right. And it's always been my thing. And no matter how, but I remember one time, and I would talk too fast sometimes. And one time I smoked a little bit of weed, maybe a little bit too much. And I thought it was enough time before my set, but I was still high by the time I got there because it was a little bit stronger than I thought. But I actually had a good set and it slowed me down. So I was like, all right, this is my new thing. I'll smoke a little bit of weed before. This only lasted for a little bit because I was you've been to Josephine's, right?
Yeah, once.
Yeah, I think I was there that day. You were you had darker hair. Was it shorter?
Probably,
you
yeah.
Were not Jennifer.
Jessica.
Yeah, with Jessica. Okay.
Yeah, because she's the one who took me there. That's the only time I went because she has a car, so she'll take me places.
So then it was at Josephine's. I remember I got high, but I got a little bit too high, and I was performing. And that was my home room. That was my, if I want to try new material, I'd go there. I knew a bunch of people, and it was like my comfort zone. So that was first time. If I have to do a joke for the first time, it was there. Okay. And then I would go. I was there, and I remember I was performing, and I was too high, and I told a joke. It didn't work, and then I told another. So I was like, then I went to a tried and true joke, and that one didn't work. And usually I can make fun of it. I was like, all right, I'm bombing or something, right? In the moment, and at the time it was like a deer in headlights, and I was like, what is going? And after that was it. Then I was like, no more getting. I can't get to. I can't.
Dude, I get so much anxiety now from weed. It's insane. Like that's why, like I've noticed if I smoke sativa, it doesn't give me as much anxiety.
Really? I thought it was the opposite.
That's what I thought too. But
so it depends. We're all different. Some people are allergic to peanuts.
Yeah. So I don't even know, dude. It's weird. My ex was like a huge pothead, so I haven't bought weed in months, and because he would just give me jars of
surplus,
weed. Yeah, and like one of them that he gave me was called Tart Cherry. And I'm like, can I just only smoke this weed always? But it's so hard to like just consistently get the same strain,
You have
like,
to go to a dispensary and it's like very expensive. Right?
Yeah. And like he was getting them from guys that like had farms or something. And I'm like, but I haven't talked to him in a while. So I'm like, and I don't want to like just use them for weed. That's kind of bogus. Yeah. So, because it's like, things ended kind of mutually. So I'm like, I don't hate him. I'm not going to just use them. So.
Yeah, I never had bad breakups. Like I've always not had issues with anybody.
Yeah, I usually ghost people because I'm a fuck girl, so
fuck girl.
I'm usually the one that's in the wrong. That's why when like my girlfriends like talk to me about their boyfriend problems, I'm like, don't do that because I'm gonna take the guy's side.
I just heard this quote. My girlfriend's mom told me this quote, and it was, "If you really love somebody, you cheat on them." And if you feel bad, then you really love them. Yeah. And I've heard it before. And she told me the other day, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I won't do that.
Yeah. It seems like you got a good thing with your girl.
Yeah.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe another on the way.
Yeah. Oh, no, she got her period. Yeah. So
there's still time. Just wait till after.
Did you see that check? She got pregnant twice because she had sex with 2 guys, and it's like a 1 in a million chance. But it happened.
Like twins from 2 different guys.
Yeah, actually,
I think I heard something
in the
about
same
that.
days.
I always wondered if that was
how many
possible.
guys in the same day were you able to pull off? Or you
Just one. No, I haven't. I've never had like. Or you mean like a threesome, or just like in the same day?
No, same day, not threesome.
No, surprisingly, I'm kind of a lazy hoe, so like I
naps
can't,
after.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm basically a dude. I told someone once, I'm like I'm basically a man in a kind of woman body. I think God was just confused when he made me. He's like, let's just ruin her life. She'll be born in the. She'll be a millennial. She'll be kind of accepted. But no, like I definitely like. Yeah, I'm very like after
not like
after I come. Yeah, right.
I watch some of those and it's like, they look exhausting.
That's what I really want to have a threesome with two dudes, but I don't think I'm ready for it yet. It just seems like so much work.
I'm trying to think.
I only had one threesome so far, and it was with a girl and one guy.
How did that go?
It was fun.
I'm curious about threesomes. I mean, not curious, but
Have you ever had one?
Like two.
Okay,
and then the ones with the dude, I don't count them as threesomes when I'm with another guy. Trains.
It's still
call them or.
It's still a threesome though, like or orgy.
But you can't tell another guy's like, I had a threesome. Really? Like, yeah, me and Jake or Peter. Well, actually, I don't have any friends with those white names. What should I say?
It was Jose and Ricardo.
Yeah, Rick. Oh. No. But if I did have there was one. This one didn't count. We were both with sex workers.
Okay.
But I was with one, and he was the other one in the same bed. So that's not a. Oh, but with a similar person.
That was more like group sex, I guess.
Yeah, group sex, and then I did have a 3 with him. Not with him, with somebody, allegedly. I had a 3 with somebody. And then I remember it was, with this girl that we all end up sleeping with. And one guy dated and like used her for money. He's a cop now in Vegas. I always thought he had AIDS, but I guess he had Crohn's disease. But anyways, I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him. He's like, yeah, he told me he has Crohn's. And I was like, I think he has HIV. But I think he's just lying. And he's like, yeah, this is my medicine. And it's all my, but he might have had Crohn's. But I was just, something was off about him. But... No, the 3 time I said my first threesome I had with the ladies, I didn't want to have another one after that because like everything went well and I performed well, and I was like, it felt like, you ever see that sign for where George, he would leave when he was on top, like, all right, I feel like this is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah,
like, you could easily disappoint 2 people.
Oh yeah,
versus one, and I was like, this went well, and then like the lady stayed a little bit longer, and we're both dropping hints of like, all right, time to kind of go home. I gotta work. You can sleep here, me on the couch. But and then they left, and then she kind of tried to hug up on me a little bit. And I was like, my girl's right here. This is getting weird.
Yeah,
like, the sexual stuff was cool, but like this is not.
See, I would never want to have a 3-way with a couple. Like with the 3-way I had,
it's weird. Like when she first showed up, and it was like when she first showed up, I was like, all right, welcome to our home.
Yeah, that's man.
Actually, it wasn't supposed to be a 3-way. She was
a babysitter.
No, allegedly, like she was just gonna sleep with me, and then the person I was with like heard us. And she was turning her on, so she came in. She's like, "Hey, can I just suck Jemi's dick real quick?" And then it turned into a threesome.
That's cool.
That's what happened, right? But there was one point where they were like, it was funny. They were dirty talking. They're like, "Yeah, come for us, daddy." Blah blah blah. And I drank a little bit too much, and then I was like, they were like, "Go go," and I was like, "All right, it's not gonna happen. I had too much whiskey. I'm not gonna come." Mm-hmm. I know it'd be sexy and cool, but just let you know, there was a little laugh break and it was cool, and then continued, and eventually I think I did come later. But
that's good.
But it was funny. It was a little laugh break in the middle of it, and it was enjoyed. And what I was like, I was like, all right, this is as good as it's gonna get. Like I don't want to risk it. I don't want to have a bad threesome. It gets weird because I feel like it's borderline, it can get weird. And like a woman or somebody you're dating could get like, oh, why did you do that with? Like it gets, man, it can get.
No, I know. Like
it's dangerous.
I would be the one if I had a 3-way with a couple. They would get like jealous or something, like I could just see the girl being like,
happening, yeah.
"Oh, why did you stroke her that way and not stroke me like that?" You know what I mean? Like,
I paid attention to that. I was like, all right, I gotta focus, and it's like can't do too much.
Yeah,
it's like
So with my threesome, it was when I went to Tennessee last winter.
Oh, just in Tennessee also. Where in Tennessee?
Nashville.
That's
where you get nasty. Yeah, nasty Nashville. Me and the 2 comics I went with, we were just doing like some open mics there because we didn't get booked on anything. We're just like, oh, let's just go. It was like really last minute. We're like, let's just go. And me and the one comic. Do
you know Amber Autry? She's down there.
Oh yeah. Okay. She's cool. I love her. She's so funny. we were at the bar right after the open mic, and then me and the one girl were like vibing with this one dude, and we were like outside talking about it, and she's like, I kind of have a crush on that guy, and I'm like, I kind of do too, and she's like, oh, well, I don't want to overstep my bounds if you want to hook up with him, and I'm like, girl, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Like, we're gonna have to fuck them together. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, wait, you're down? And she's like, yeah, why not? And I'm like, okay. Then we just like literally made him get a hotel, like a different hotel room, so then the other girl could sleep. And then we just banged him, and like it was okay. It was just his dick was just like too big. I'm just gonna be real. Like, it was just like too much for me. So I was just like,
length, width.
Both. He's a black guy. Like, let's just be real. Like, it was just. I've been with a lot of black dudes, so like I'm used to it. But it
porn
was just
level.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
Mandingo,
It was insane. I'm just like, oh, come on,
insane
dude. Am I
in the
supposed to-
membrane.
Yeah.
Say, God no. Yeah, I'm literally spraying your membrane.
Yeah. Like, I'm not joking. And then I was just like, it was kind of nice though, because I'm like, I'm very like, once I come, I'm done. And like,
done.
Yeah. So like, once I like sat on his face and he like made me come, I was like,
my girl's like
in the other,
and
I was like in the other bed,
She's
just
like a
kind of
dude.
watching, and then like he was fucking the other girl, and I was like, this is nice. I don't have to do shit now. I don't have to feel bad if he comes or not, because he'll come with her.
Yeah.
And then like, honestly, my favorite part was actually being with her, like, because like I like ate her pussy and stuff, and like that was nice. So. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, it was
And
nice.
it's cool as a dude, like watching two girls giving you a head, like that stuff, and then it was like, you feel very manly, like how much?
So yeah, it was definitely fun. I want to have like every type of threesome though. Like the next one I want to have is like with two girls, so just be like
three girls
or three girls all together. But like so
it's
like
a lot
me
of
and two other
estrogen.
girls. I mean, I think it would be fun.
It should be fun, right?
Yeah.
On paper. But I feel like, do you have friends who are, I'm asking you this because do you have friends who are girls? Because growing up, most women that I know have no like actual female friends that are long term. They're like no friends.
No, I'm so like,
Cool.
yeah, I'm very, I have so many different types of friends, like male, female, non-binary, whatever. Like, most of my friends, like most of my close friends are girls.
Okay.
So,
okay, yeah.
I'm very, like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Cousins,
but
friends, girlfriend, like no feel like they
Yeah.
have them, and it's this.
See,
bitch.
I'm one of those type of like girls that like I gravitate towards like a different type of women, I guess, like the very like kind of like tomboy, like bro-y kind of girls.
Yeah.
So like we don't start like drama and shit. So like even my friends are like that too. So it's not like we're gonna get like mad about stupid ass shit. Like once I like start hanging out with girls that are like that, I'm kind of like, okay, we could be like acquaintances, but I don't trust you anymore. Like,
no, yeah, because it gets really catty, and I just watch it. Like I worked jobs where it was all females. I worked at Sears Jewelry, so I was the only dude. And it's funny because, and I was a cashier at Home Depot and I was like almost one of the only dudes. And I remember the women would all go up to me and complain about the other women. I'm like, this bitch is ruining my world, and this one. Oh, there's a funny Chris Rock bit where he's talking like he's basically, if you're gonna talk to your lady, you know, he's like, just nod your head as she's talking, and every once in a while he's like throwing I told you that bitch crazy, because he's like every girl has one chick at her job like she hates and thinks is trying to destroy her. And I remember I would see it, you know, I'd be like,
yeah, I'm you in that situation. So like, because I've also worked in like very female dominated industries. I used to work at a sex shop, and the girls that worked at the sex shop, like I'm cool with them all now. Like I haven't seen them in years, like in real life, but like I still have them on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. But like, oh my God, they were some of the biggest bitches I ever met in my life. And I'm just like, dude, this is a part-time job in retail. Why do you fucking care? Like they'd get so mad about like what do you call it?
Did you see how when she closed out and blah blah blah?
Yeah, and then like, or what is it? Commission. Like they would get so mad about the commission, and I'm like, dude, just because I sold a dildo that's more expensive than you, like, why are you mad about that? Just be a better saleswoman. Like, it was just like, I don't know. And then now that I work at Laugh Factory, a lot of times, like, because I work in the kitchen at Laugh Factory, and the servers sometimes, you know, like, because it's mostly women and like gays that do serving, and so it's like they'll have a little drama with each other, and then I'm the one they always come to because I feel like I'm like the mom, because I'm also like one of the oldest people at work there, which is really weird to me, because everyone's
you're
like,
not that old.
I know, I'm 28, so like everyone there is like
early 20s,
21 to like 25. So like they'll come up to me and be like, can you believe that she did this, and then she took my table, and then blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, okay, it's okay, honey, just like, you know, I'm like the mom there. there sometimes, I feel like. And then like, I also work at the kitchen, so I'm just like, okay, come on, eat. Like, I'm like so Middle Eastern, like, it's okay, honey, eat.
I didn't bring my clock. How many minutes we in? Chrissy, sorry.
Oh, sorry. 53.
Usually I have a little clock here. So I caddy, right? And for Jews. For like since I've been 16. So I got up this morning, like I think at 6:50 I went to go caddy. And hold on, let me go on the baby rant. Not babies or anything. But I didn't get tipped today, which was a little upsetting because usually if it's a regular round, they don't tip me. It's fine. But it was a tournament. I helped out a lot. And then, so I'm a little bit, so I came straight here. My plan was to go to the house, get my stuff, and then come here. But then I got out and I was like, oh shit, I got to come straight here. But then I did go to the gym and shower because I have some membership with my health insurance, but I don't have a towel. So what I do is I walk around naked.
Just shake like a dog.
No, I go to the where the stalls are and I get the paper towels and I just wipe myself down with paper towels.
I've been there.
Yeah, because it's like I always forget, or it's like,
I'm like, why don't they have towels?
They used to have towels.
I know, because of COVID, and I'm like, just
even before COVID. Well, the ones I went to, like in Waukegan, they're like, all right, you're all stealing towels, fuck you, and they took away the towels. No, Waukegan LA Fitness, they're like, stop! All right, you're gonna steal the towels? No towels for you. Like it was a soup Nazi type of thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, because I go to Export and when I first got in Export, I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be like the good gym. Like they should have towels. And it's like, no. And I'm like, what is this, Planet Fitness? Like, what the fuck is this shit?
There was one place I went, eventually they had towels, but they put the fucking theft tags on them or something.
Stop. That is so funny.
You know what? The Waukegan, I remember this. Somebody stole my fucking jeans at the Waukegan LA Fitness. I had to leave in like my shorts. I went to the thing. I didn't put a lock in. Like I usually didn't put a lock. But they just stole my jeans. So I had I think my wallet was in there. But just go in, take the money, take my wallet. But now I ain't got no pants, dude. So if you see somebody with a 3230 somewhere in Waukegan, he's Mexican probably. Like it's not. Are Syrians tall or?
I think
you guys are. Syrians,
I know. Well, my family is.
So Syrians are famous for a few things. It was the first written language, kind of, right? Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
First civilization. In the world.
Yeah, Mesopotamia, right? Which is now. It's argued a little bit because there's people like, oh, there might have been these older ones that got killed, but we don't know about them. But blah,
not the first people in the world, but the first civilization.
Yeah,
like actual like they made like pyramids and they made they had jobs and
And then you guys are in Ghostbusters because did you see Ghostbusters? One of them.
You know what? I've never seen Ghostbusters.
That's Shawshank Redemption. You seen that one?
No, I know the movie, but
Pulp Fiction.
Yes, I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Samuel L. Jackson. But the Assyrians are in Ghostbusters. Something with something involves Assyrians. Let me see if there's anything I can ask you. We're closing up. Cocaine now. Small penises.
They're not so bad.
No, because I feel like it's a guy with a small penis. He's going to try more in other areas.
Yeah.
So if you have a big penis, is like, yeah, I ain't got to do shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like he has a chip on his shoulder. So
yeah, and I like head better anyway.
Yeah.
I don't really care about penetration that much. It's like I can give or take. It's like if the guy obviously the guy likes it. But so I'm like, okay, do it, but give me head first. Let me come first, and then you can just fuck me while I'm half asleep because I sleep after I come. So I'm just like, yeah. I'm pretty much a lesbian. No, I definitely like women, but it's just so hard to date women. Because women are either I'm a lesbian and that's it. I will not date a bi girl because they think bi women are going to cheat on them. And then bi women are not actually bi. They just make out with girls to make guys turned on.
Like my girl, she would never date a girl, but she'll do stuff with women.
Yeah, to turn you on.
You know what I mean? Or she likes girls, but she'll do stuff, but she would never date a woman.
See, and bi women always tell me that, and I'm like, that's fucked up, man. I'm a nice girl. Come on. I'm basically a dude. I'll treat you well.
So if you want to date Tina, what are your social medias? Or you want to go to her shows or promote anything?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to be in New York. I'm doing a little short tour in New York. Yeah, I'm going to be with Jay-Z. I'm going to open for Jay-Z. I wish. I'll be there from September 21st through October 1st. So for about 10 days. Got a couple good shows there. So I'm going to be... No, American.
Oh,
this
okay.
time.
All right,
Yeah.
not bad.
Hopper sometimes hooks you up, man.
Very nice.
But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a couple good club shows. I'm excited. Doing New York Comedy Club, Stand Up New York.
Oh, Brian Morton. Episode something of the podcast.
Yeah. And Tiny Cupboard, Broadway Comedy Club. So there's a few.
Broadway, yeah. What's his name? Anthony does Broadway when he goes over there sometimes.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Fuentes,
cool.
yeah. He's from New York originally.
Fuentes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that guy. Yeah, I remember he's like
Rican.
from Brooklyn, I think. Right?
Yeah, Puerto Rican over there.
Yeah.
The humble park of New York.
Yeah.
New York is the humble park of New York, what I'm saying.
Basically.
And Dominicans, yes.
But yeah, so my Instagram is at tina.youkhana, Youkhana. Youkhana. And my Facebook is also, I post pretty fire statuses on Facebook. What was it? Vic
Pandia.
Yeah.
Pandia, I think.
Yeah, Vic Pandemic told me yesterday that I'm the funniest person on Facebook. So I have that credit now.
Do you do suburb mics?
No, I should start doing them.
I'd say if you did, they do like a best of something. The little December, what the fuck is that? Little Christmas holiday party is also like a little award show. So I'd nominate you, but if you're not doing mics out there, that I can't nominate you. It's a suburb mic.
Is that Josephine's or is that?
They do it at Two Brothers, whatever brewery. It's like their Christmas party / award show.
Okay.
Lobo Den was nominated for a Burby. It's called a Burby.
Nice. Cute. Well, maybe I'll try it. I don't have a car, so somebody needs to give me a ride, and then I'll check it out.
Lobo Den. And then Lobo Den Podcast, follow it on Instagram, Patreon, support $3 a month. I have a baby. You guys get free content every month. So if you could support, just join, and then you can get inside information, things that you might not know about. I will let you know. I had to take one episode off because the comic said nothing wrong, but they freaked out. All right.
Oh.
Luca. But he was like, I can't. I was like, whatever.
He says worse stuff on stage.
I know. Whatever. But then
he's a funny guy. Don't get me wrong.
No, I love Luca,
I think he's one of my favorites.
It's not a
He's
bad.
so
I was
funny.
like, look, whenever you want me, I can release it. So Instagram, TikTok, I upload videos sometimes and I delete the app immediately. But I do have a TikTok, and then if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Any last? You gave all your information, right?
Yeah, just keep it trashy.
Keep it trashy. Okay, Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den.